You think you know what power looks like, don't you? All those people out there, making noise, putting on their little shows, thinking they're the ones in control. Oh, but let me tell you something about real power. It's not what they think it is. It's not in their words, their threats, their desperate attempts to prove themselves. No, real power, the kind that changes everything, that's in the spaces between words, in the moments when you choose not to dance to their tune. They're all playing this game, you see, this endless cycle of reaction and drama. They think they're so clever, orchestrating their little performances, pulling strings like master puppeteers. But here's what they don't understand. You're not their puppet. You're not even in their theater. You're something else entirely, something they can't comprehend, can't control, and that terrifies them right down to their core. You want to know what really scares them? It's not your anger, not your resistance, not even your strength. It's your quiet, that deep, unshakable silence that says, I see through you, and you have no power here. They throw their words at you like weapons, expecting you to bleed, to cry out, to give them that sweet satisfaction of knowing they've hit their mark. But you've learned something they never will. Silence isn't empty. It's full of everything they're trying to hide from. Every time they come at you with their games, their manipulations, their desperate need for attention, you have a choice. They want you to choose fight or flight, to play by their rules, to give them what they crave. But you've discovered the third option, haven't you? The one that makes them lose sleep at night. Absolute, complete indifference. Not the fake kind, not the kind that's just anger wearing a mask, but true indifference, the kind that comes from knowing your own worth. Think about it. Why do they work so hard to get under your skin? Why do they spend so much energy trying to prove they matter? Because deep down, in those quiet moments they can't stand to face, they know the truth. They're empty. Empty vessels making noise because they can't bear the sound of their own hollow hearts. But you're different. You're full of something they can't touch, can't corrupt, can't even understand. Let me tell you something about strength, real strength. It's not in what you do. It's in what you choose not to do. It's in the words you don't say, the reactions you don't give, the games you refuse to play. When they come at you with their drama, their lies, their desperate attempts to make you small, you stand there, quiet as the grave, strong as a mountain, and you let them break themselves against your silence. Oh, they'll try everything. They'll call you cold, heartless, broken. They'll spread their poison, trying to turn others against you. They'll create entire narratives where they're the victims and you're the villain. And you know what you do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because you understand something fundamental that they never will. Their opinions of you are like clouds trying to shame the sky. You want to know the real secret? The one thing they don't want anyone to figure out? Every time they attack you, every time they try to drag you down into their mess, they're telling you exactly what they fear most about themselves. Their words, their accusations, their endless drama. It's all a projection, a desperate attempt to avoid looking in the mirror. And when you stand there, silent, unmoving, you become that mirror. You force them to see what they're running from, and that's when they really start to unravel. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just about them. This is about you becoming something more, something beyond their petty games and paper-thin power plays. Every time you choose silence over reaction, peace over chaos, strength over surrender, you're not just winning their game, you're transcending it entirely. You're building something inside yourself that they can never touch, never break, never understand. They think silence is weakness, don't they? They see your quiet as surrender, your peace as defeat. That's because they don't understand the language of power, real power. They're so busy making noise that they never learned how silence can shake foundations, how stillness can move mountains, how peace can be the deadliest weapon of all. Let them talk. Let them scheme and plot and play their little games. Let them wear themselves out trying to get a reaction, any reaction, from you. Because while they're burning themselves up with their own drama, you're building something else entirely. You're cultivating strength that doesn't need to prove itself, power that doesn't need recognition, worth that doesn't need validation. And here's the beautiful part, the part that would break them if they ever truly understood it. Every attack they launch, every lie they spread, every game they play, it only makes you stronger. Not because you fight back, but because you don't. Every time they fail to break you, Every time their words fall into the void of your silence, you prove something to yourself that they can never take away. You are untouchable. But let's talk about something they really don't want you to know. This journey, this path of silence and strength, it's not just about surviving their attacks. It's about becoming something they can't even comprehend. While they're stuck in their cycles of drama and reaction, you're evolving, growing, becoming something beyond their reach. They live in a world of noise because they can't stand the quiet. They can't bear to be alone with their thoughts, their fears, their inadequacies. But you've learned to find peace in the silence, power in the stillness, strength in the spaces between their words. That's what makes you dangerous to them. Not what you do, but what you refuse to do. Remember this: every time they try to pull you into their chaos, every time they attempt to make you small, they're showing you exactly how big you've become. Their attacks aren't a sign of your weakness. They're proof of your power, because people don't waste energy trying to tear down what doesn't threaten them. So let them have their drama, their lies, their little victories. Let them think they're winning because you won't play their game. Let them mistake your silence for weakness, your peace for surrender. Because while they're busy trying to prove their power, you're busy actually being powerful. And that, my friend, is the difference that makes all the difference. You're not just surviving their games anymore, you're transcending them. You're not just resisting their pull, you're existing in a completely different orbit. And that's what kills them inside, knowing that no matter how loud they scream, how hard they push, how cleverly they plot, they can't touch the real you. Because the real you exists in a place their noise can't reach, their drama can't touch, their games can't penetrate. So stand in your silence. Own your peace. Let your stillness be your strength. Watch as they exhaust themselves trying to move a mountain that refuses to even acknowledge the wind. Because that's what you are now. Immovable, unshakable, untouchable. Not because you fight back, but because you've risen above the very need to fight at all. And when they finally run out of words, when their drama falls flat, when their games lose their power to entertain even themselves, you'll still be standing. Standing in your silence, your strength, your truth. Because while they were busy trying to write your story, you were busy living it. On your own terms, in your own way, at your own pace. That's the ultimate victory. Not in proving them wrong, but in proving to yourself that they never mattered in the first place. So let them talk, let them scheme, let them play their games. You've got bigger things to do, greater heights to reach, deeper truths to explore. And none of it requires their permission, their understanding, or their approval. You've learned the most powerful lesson of all. True strength doesn't need to announce itself. Real power doesn't need witnesses. Authentic worth doesn't need validation. And you embody all of these truths every time you choose silence over drama, peace over chaos, strength over surrender. So go ahead, let them wonder why they can't break you. Let them question why their words don't wound you anymore. Let them drive themselves crazy trying to figure out the source of your strength. Because while they're busy trying to solve the puzzle of your peace, you'll be busy living it, breathing it, being it. And that, my friend, is how you win, not by playing their game better, but by refusing to play it at all. Not by fighting their battles, but by choosing your own path. Not by proving your worth to them, but by knowing it so deeply that their opinions become nothing more than background noise in the symphony of your silence. Remember, your power isn't in what you say or do. It's in what you choose not to say, what you refuse to do. It's in the strength of your silence, the depth of your peace, the unwavering certainty of your worth. And no amount of their noise can ever touch that. Not now, not ever. So stand tall in your silence. Rest easy in your peace. Find comfort in your strength. Because while they're busy creating storms, you've become the eye of the hurricane, calm, centered, and absolutely untouchable. That's not just victory, that's transcendence. And that, more than anything else, is what makes you truly powerful.